Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, so today we're tackling something that can feel, well, pretty intimidating, the world of EU funding. We're going to look at how organizations that are really trying to do some good can take their amazing ideas and actually get them funded.
I mean, this is the big one, right? You've got this incredible idea, something that could really make a difference. But how do you get the money to make it happen? That path from idea to funded project can be, let's be honest, super tough. So let's break down how you can actually navigate it.
You've got these incredible groups. We're talking to NGOs, universities, innovative small businesses, and they have these world-changing ideas. But so often, that passion just slams right into a wall of bureaucracy.
And we're not just talking about a little bit of paperwork here. The whole process can feel completely overwhelming. You've got these super complex applications, really strict rules, and you're up against some fierce competition. It's a huge barrier, and sadly, it stops a lot of really impactful projects before they even get off the ground. So the question is, what if there was a guide through this maze? Well, that's where an organization called Project Factory comes into the picture. They've basically set themselves up as expert guides, the people you turn to when you're ready to make a difference, but you need a hand getting through that system. So this is them. Project Factory is a specialized group, and their entire focus is on one thing: helping institutions not just get through the world of EU grants, but actually win at it.
And their whole reason for being is right here. Their vision is all about empowering communities at these innovative projects. And their mission? Well, it's to develop, manage, and support projects that really push for social development, collaboration, and sustainability. They're all about turning those big ideas into real, on-the-ground projects. And what's really interesting is how their core values, things like transparency, innovation, and collaboration, are designed to solve the biggest headaches in this field. By really focusing on collaboration and being transparent, they build the kind of trust and teamwork you absolutely need for these big multi-partner projects that the EU really loves to see. Okay, so that's the what and the why. But how do they actually do it? What's the blueprint for turning a great idea into an approved, funded project? Let's take a look at their method. They call their model end-to-end support. And what that means, really, is they handle the whole shebang. They're with their partners for the entire life cycle of a project, from that very first what-if idea all the way to filing the final report. And this breaks down into a really clear step-by-step process. First, they help you nail down the concept, and this is crucial: find the right international partners. A lot of these EU grants really want to see that cross-border teamwork. Then they get into the nitty-gritty, designing the project framework, sorting out the budget, and of course, writing a top-notch proposal. They even handle the submission and stick around to help with the implementation. Now, a huge part of their secret sauce is this proprietary 95-point writing system. This isn't just about making the writing sound good. It's an incredibly detailed checklist that makes sure every single application is evidence-based, that it lines up perfectly with EU policy goals, and that it ticks every single box on the evaluator's list to get the highest score possible. So, does this structured approach actually work? You bet it does. The numbers really do speak for themselves. Get this, in just 1 month, September alone, they put together and submitted 22 different project applications. And these weren't for easy grants either. We're talking about major league programs like Erasmus+, Horizon Europe, and CERV. Each one has its own maze of complex rules. But here's the number that really matters: 198. That's the total number of projects they've gotten approved and funded to date. That's 198 ideas that are now real-world projects making a difference. But these are way more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. Every single one of those 198 projects represents real, tangible progress on some of the biggest issues we're facing today. And look at the areas they're focused on. We're talking about everything from youth empowerment and digital inclusion to the green transition and sustainability. They're also deep into human rights, gender equality, social innovation, and even using AI in education. I mean, these are the big ones. So yeah, every project that gets the green light is another step toward building a Europe that's more inclusive, more digital, and more sustainable for all of us. And this slide perfectly captures their bigger strategy. They're not just funding one-off projects. They're building what they call a network of networks. They're connecting organizations all across Europe, creating this powerful ecosystem for change. And that network is a physical one too.
They started out with their core operations in Turkey, but they've been expanding. They set up their first European hub in Estonia, then built a bridge into Scandinavia through Finland, and it looks like Amsterdam is next on the list, so their reach just keeps growing.
Okay, so what does all of this mean for, say, an organization out there that's watching right now and has a great idea? Well, this is the main takeaway.
Basically, Project Factory's whole model is about partnership. They're actively on the lookout for municipalities, schools, NGOs, you name it, any purpose-driven organization that wants to team up and create these kinds of impactful projects.
And they make it super easy to just start the conversation. They offer a free introductory meeting where they'll help you scan your organization's needs, see what your capacity is, and figure out if there's a good funding fit. It's a no-pressure way to see what's possible. So when you look at a case study like this, it really leaves you with a powerful thought, right? With the right kind of partner, that super complex world of EU funding doesn't have to be a wall that stops you. It can be the launchpad that gets your idea off the ground and makes a real, measurable difference. So the only question left is, what impactful project are you going to build next?